Okay, timestamp. It's May 1st, a little bit after 6 p.m. Um, Probably hear Scrappy going nuts in the background. Scrappy Acorn. It's my dude. Um, Visited mom in the hospital yesterday. She got taken back to the hospital because her CO2 not great. They think there's been extensive damage to the front of her brain. It was mostly just she was responsive, which she hadn't really been before. Um, but the words coming out of her mouth were just honestly gibberish. You know, at one point she grabbed Kelly's hand and was like, "I need to know about the eggs." We're like, "Egg prices still suck. Why?" She's like, "I need about the eggs, legs, the legs. I need the eggs, legs. I need to know. I need to know." And we're just like, wearing my Bugs Bunny socks. Maybe somebody dropped a safe on somebody. I'm not sure what that was. Anyway, um, the doc seemed to think that maybe she's had in the front of her brain's been just cooking in the CO2, and it's just so she's been deemed incompetent at this point, and we're supposed to talk to the doctor's staff there about hospice, long-term. Can't fix her. She's a mess too now. It's mostly because she wouldn't use the BiPAP. She's claustrophobic, didn't like it, it was loud, and it's like, we've been telling her since she went into the hospital the first 7th time in November, if you don't wear the BiPAP, you're gonna die. And she's like, "Well, I can eat right and exercise." Which, if you know her, that's not a thing. We told her in November she'd wind up going back to the hospital or dying. January 4th, back in the hospital. And between hospitals, rehabs, nursing facilities, she hasn't been home. It's May 1st. She's not going home. She can't. She needs 24 nursing now, and I've still got a bed bug situation and a lanai ceiling that if you sneeze, it's coming down. Bright side, the VA is working with me now that we've got the guardianship papers. And Billy in social services has got lead on a couple of places that might be able to take my dad. The big trick is going to be extracting him without their house turning into the Alamo, because he's not going to be keen to get on the bus, put it that way. So I don't know how we're doing that. And he wants to talk to mom, which is kind of a moral dilemma here, you know? So I don't want to deny him the right to talk to his wife. I don't, because that's not really cool either. Especially if they're both going into homes that they're never going to see each other again, which that already seems cruel, but I don't know that there's another way. But if he sees her in the condition that she's in, he will go home and shoot himself. It's weird to say it this way, but he's enough there to do the math to know where this is headed. And I think there's 50 plus guns to house. He can, he will, So I'm being pressured to push the button in one way, shape, or form. And there's just no good answer here. There's no answer where everybody gets a great, ending. Everybody gets a happily ever after. It's not. You can't. Past 2 years have given Pix and I a real lesson in what not to do to our kids, what not to put our kids through. And that may sound bitter, jaded, but here's the thing. 2 years ago, when we were helping them, we warned them that this day could come if they didn't cooperate with us, if they didn't work with us, because we could help them navigate the stuff. And they dug in their heels, and they got defiant. They didn't want to be told what to do, and they shut us out. Well, this is where that put us. Health-wise, I am short of breath. My chest is tight. Strangely enough, I think it might be more the anxiety than the emphysema. I don't know. So I'm still, able to go through a daily activity roster, what have you, and not collapse or not need oxygen or anything like that. So I'm going to chalk this up to anxiety, because I've got friends that are wondering why my head hasn't exploded. I don't know that I have a good answer for that. As an earthling, I'm very resilient. I don't know. It's letting out my inner Martian there. I wouldn't. I was going to say I wouldn't wish this situation on anybody, but there are one or two that maybe. I'm not really a spiteful person, but a couple people that have really pissed me off over the years. Do that crow thing of, enjoy the pain that you gave. I don't know. Trying not to live there. So yeah, we may have to forcibly extract my dad here real soon. Here's the other fun thing. I've at least been granted temporary guardianship over my dad, emergency guardianship, which is still weird. And also, if he does something incredibly wackadoo that hurts somebody else, I could be held liable. It's like if your dog bites somebody. Well, it's your dog. Why didn't you make sure that didn't happen, right? My dog is a angry 84-year-old man with an arsenal. Why worry, right? I don't like what comes next, but maybe I can breathe on the other side, right? Anyway, hadn't checked in a couple days, and I'm trying to get better about that. My next entry might be from Leonardo Station, the actual namesake of this. And if it is, I'm going to do a series of videos, partially to cover my own butt, because I know that I'm going to get audited, and I know the state's going to be giving me unauthorized rectal exams. But I'm going to do a series of quick videos of each room so that everybody understands exactly what I'm dealing with. I'm sure it'll make for really interesting viewing, because it's probably going to be a 1 to 2 year long process of unboxing my parents' house. I heard those are popular with the kids. Unboxings? Yeah. Back in the day, it was just called opening the damn box and getting what's inside outside. But Now everybody makes a big deal of it. Gotta film it and stuff. Way too many voices in my head. Maybe there's a pill. Interesting. Yes, a pill. So, yeah. Man. Oh. I don't know where we're going with this. I mean, I do. I do know where we're going with this. It's just kind of an ugly reality that I find myself in. But I'll deal with it, right? I'm the one that has to.